There has never been a nation like the United States of America. The productive and creative powers of human beings have been unleashed here like never before. We've created more opportunity and prosperity for more people than the world ever imagined possible. One author called it a 5,000-year leap. I'm E.W. Jackson, president of STAN. We have led the world in scientific, technological, and industrial advances. We have raised the level of literacy and education for the whole population. I grew up in the ghetto. My wife spent part of her childhood in government housing projects. Between the two of us, we now have 3 advanced degrees. Our ancestors were slaves, but we inherited freedom. Some came to these shores for religious liberty, some as refugees from poverty and tyranny, some for opportunity based on merit rather than class or birth. Out of these diverse populations, how did we produce the most successful nation in history? It was not superior intelligence or inherent moral virtue. It was the values and the principles upon which America was established. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Our founding fathers rightly recognized that our rights and freedom do not come from a king, a president, or a potentate. We are free not because of the generosity of government, but by the grace of Almighty God. We have prospered like no other nation because we are free like no other people. That freedom has been a stable reality because it is not dependent upon the changing whims of man. It is rooted in the eternal and unchanging truth of God. This wonderful American vision has been alive for 238 years, but is now threatened by an effort to fundamentally transform our country. There's a growing secular progressive movement which would replace freedom with government control, faith with government dependence, capitalism with collectivism, freedom of speech and thought with political correctness, patriotism with national apology and shame, meritocracy with redistribution of wealth, and truth and moral absolutes with cultural and moral relativism. Instead of one nation under God, they want us to be a nation of victims and special interests, all fighting each other to feed at the federal trough, black against white against Hispanic, women against men, rich against the middle income and poor. Marriage and family, once the bedrock of society, is being redefined. Those of us who believe that marriage is only a union between one man and one woman are labeled as bigots and haters. If secular progressivism succeeds in replacing the vision of our founding fathers with their counterfeit, America as we know it will collapse into the dung heap of history as a once great nation. We will join the long list of empires which descended into moral and spiritual decay until finally self-destructing. The Constitution begins with 3 powerful words: we the people. The American people, from every party, every ethnic group, every denomination, must rise up to peaceably demand that elected and appointed officials recognize that they work for us and we all work for God. Then and only then will we pull back from the brink. This nation can have a new birth of freedom. Government of the people, by the people, and for the people need not perish from the earth, but it is up to us. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.